Hey guys, it is Fearless Killer here, and I am ready to read my OCs on Qubit. And if you don't know how to spell it, I'll pop a link in the description to my profile where you could see all my updates, all my OCs, and read the stories I make, or read the stories that I read on my YouTube channel. So I already made an OC slideshow video. It shows all my OCs, and I don't know if it's in order with the ones I'm reading right now, but yeah, they're all my OCs, and you should guess them pretty easily since I put down their description inside the OCs storylines. I'm gonna get started with reading the OCs, but first, if you don't know what OCs are your original characters or your own characters and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get started. First one is Alice Shepherd, aka Midnight Melody. Hi, my name is Alice Shepherd. My nickname is Allie, which I like. I had a bad childhood. I have brown hair and green eyes. My parents say that I was a mistake, but I know they just wanted a son, not a little girl. Sometimes they would get drunk and beat me. I would scream and yell and cry, but no one would come and help me. My beatings would happen a lot. I was 6 years old when they started. My mom came into my room and started hitting me with a belt, more so like a whip. On my 16th birthday, I snapped. I got a katana and I waited for my beatings to come. My mom walked into my room and started to say that I was a mistake and that I was a slut. She reeked of alcohol and weed. She started to walk closer, and I had an evil smirk placed upon my pink lips. I got a katana, and I pounced on my mom and slit her stomach open. She screamed in agony, and I loved hearing her scream in agony. I stopped her, though. I slit her throat, and my dad walked in with bad luck for him. I slit his throat and his stomach. I took his heart and wrote on the wall, "The melody has stopped, but so has your heart." Midnight Melody. That was Midnight Melodies. I could actually cosplay as her because I actually have the stuff up for her. So yeah, yay. Next one is Amber Douse, aka Secret Dagger. This is Amber Douse. She's 14 and she has blonde hair and sparkly blue eyes. She wore a mask over her mouth since she was 5 years old. She was a shy little girl that didn't know what love was, just hate. But Amber was always the kindest girl in her class. Amber was abandoned in the woods when she was 3 years old and stayed there for a lot of years until a man found her. He took her in to his house and she stayed there. The nice man took her to school and made sure she was cared for. She would go to school and find that a lot of kids didn't like her for her kindness. She had only one friend. His name was Mikey. He had light brown hair and hazel eyes. But one day Mikey had tricked her and told her the real truth of why he'd been her friend was because he wanted to gain her trust and crush her. Amber went home that day, tears in her eyes. The man that took her in had lots of weapons. Amber loved his daggers. They were a beautiful obsidian color. The next day, Amber went to school. Mikey teased her along with the others. Amber snapped, and Mikey and her walked the same way home. Amber's eyes filled with tears and regret. Mikey was in front of her and walked to the park. Amber followed him into the park and pulled out her 3 daggers and called his name. He turned to face her and said something mean. Then she threw the daggers at him and wrote in his blood on the pavement, "Trust is something easily broken. Secret Dagger." She ran into the forest after that and never came out. Someone said that she was dead as well. But nope, she found a new family in that forest. I'm guessing you guys should know what family I'm talking about. Also, these are creepypasta overseas, so yeah. Next one is Zyla Coast, aka Zyla Lost Coast. Zyla was experimented on. When she was little, about 10 years old. She now has purple elf-like fluffy ears, and purple hair, and golden eyes. She was beautiful, but to the doctors, she was a monster that they have created in their lab. Zyla is about 19 now, after 9 whole years of being called a monster. She stopped talking. She was done after they made her teeth really sharp that can bite into flesh that made them bleed without even biting that hard. One day, Zyla had a plan to escape the lab and be free. The main scientist has came and let her out so he can strap her to that horrible metal table where they did such horrible things to her. She walked out slowly and ran up to him and bit his arm and took the keys to unlock her handcuffs on her pale hands, and grabbed a scalpel and cut him open and took his heart and ate it. They had not fed her for a week or two. The doctor's heart tasted good. It felt good to get something in her belly. She took his guts and splattered them on the wall so people knew, and wrote this. Did it hurt? I'm sorry. You tasted good. Zyla Lost Coast. That was Zyla. I have one more. Her name is Luma Kyrie, aka Masked Revenge. I don't know why I called her that, because she doesn't wear a mask, but yeah. I probably should have called her Hooded Revenge, but okay. Luma was born the third child. She was born with pure white hair and beautiful blood red eyes. Her skin was a pale color. Her parents adored her, and so did her siblings. Her mom's name was Lisa, and her dad's name was Mark. Melissa and Asher are her siblings. Luma was at the park alone at 8:30 p.m. She was having so much fun that she forgot to tell her mom to come. She forgot that her mom told her to come home at 6 p.m. It was getting darker and darker by the minute. Luma decided to walk home, and she got there and opened the door. She saw so much blood, a bunch of blood, and she screamed when she saw her mom and dad, their faces covered in blood. Your siblings were eyeless, and her whole world crashed down on her. Then someone was there staring at her. He had a royal blue mask on, stuff coming out of it, of the eyes, but you didn't even see eyes, just emptiness. You couldn't move. She couldn't move. And he walked closer and told her to run, which she did and ran, and felt sad and ready to explode. Years later, she's now 18 years old. She walked into a house with 3 kids and 2 parents. She walked up to the children's room and slit their throats quietly, and did the same with the parents and wrote on the wall, "I'm coming for you next, Eyeless." Masked Revenge. Those are my OCs. I hope you enjoyed. Stuff like that. I'll pop the link in the description so you guys can check out for yourself what they look like, or my channel if you want to follow my channel and see my updates. So yeah. So, I guess I'll see you guys later. Fearless out.